叮铃，我是张尔达。这周末就是今年2019年的奥斯卡了嘛，我看到有好多消息都在说，今年这个奥斯卡是 The Academy 带过最差的一届了。也就是因为他今年出了这么多幺蛾子吧，大家都关注他的周边新闻了，就没有人关注这个奥斯卡预测的事情了。所以我决定我来做这个题啊！我请到了一位20多年经验的好莱坞制作人，他曾经是这个艾美奖 Annie Awards 的提名者，总而言之就是非常酷炫。我就请到了他来给我们做今天这一期的2019年第91届奥斯卡预测。Hi guys, today I have David with me. Okay, my favorite thing goes first. Among these five we just talked about, which one's your favorite?
Oh, it's a tough one. I actually think I Love Dogs was something I'd never witnessed before. That style of animation was kind of brilliant, and I thought the script was really amazing. Any other year, it probably would have won because the Academy tends to like art house movies. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Spider-Man had such extraordinary imagination in the storytelling itself. And in many ways, it was able to tap into the current moment that we're in about seeking ways to be heroes from any background, any identity. All of us can be heroes with such a powerful, resonant theme for what's going on in the world right now. Broke so many conventions. It was artistic in its own way.
What about Pixar? The Incredibles too.
So I love The Incredibles. I love almost all Pixar movies. I obviously have some that I love more than others. Yeah. Any other year, this would have been a great movie that I would have recognized.
Also, this year Pixar has an animated short got nominated.
Was that the short film about the bow?
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I was about to show you. So
wonderful. I love that. Yeah. Well, first off, I love balsa. I could eat balsa all day. Taking you in another culture that you might otherwise never know about. I mean, how many Americans are sitting in this room and crying about what happens between this mother and her son and totally identifying with the story, even though it's set in a subculture that they may know absolutely nothing about. I would be happy if Black Panther won everything because I think it's such a revolutionary film and it's
the first superhero film ever nominated in history.
First superhero film, but it's so much more than just a genre movie because it manages to weave in so much more knowledge about the African American experience and the African experience and be unbelievably entertaining and wildly imaginative. It's not a perfect movie, but I just love what the movie represents. Yeah. To me, the favorite was a great art house movie. I always love a movie that has strong female performances. That's always my favorite kind of movies, have strong female characters, and there were 3 in this movie. You hardly even notice the men. The director also who told a story in a way no one's ever told that story before. Again, not a perfect movie, and I don't feel like any of these would be on my top 10 best movie list in terms of which movies did I like the most. Those would be my top 2. Black Klansman is a film that on paper would have been my favorite type of movie. A true story that has so many unbelievable twists that you can't believe it and you're wondering why have I never heard this story before. I didn't hate it. I loved it. I mean, it's a really well told story. Spike Lee makes great stories. Yeah. I didn't care as emotionally as I wanted to about the characters. I wasn't as drawn in to the way the story was told, and in some ways that has to do with the direction itself. Vice, I love Adam McKay, the director. Unfortunately, the same things that he used, the same techniques that he used for storytelling in that movie, there wasn't anything new I learned. Vice didn't tell me or convince me of anything I didn't know already. Now, Roma is a curious film, a very authentic culture. It was obviously a very personal story. I love him, Alfonso Cuarón. I think he's truly a genius, and I've loved almost all of his other movies. This movie did not pull me in, and I wanted it to so badly. I was disappointed, mostly in myself. Like, what's wrong with me? It's it's beautifully shot, and it's just one of the most gorgeous black and white movies you've ever. It's as gorgeous as any color movie you'll ever see. I don't know what was going on with me. It's just as much me as it is anyone.
Do you think it's going to win? Roma?
I think it's going to be between Roma and The Favorite. Bohemian Rhapsody definitely is my least favorite story, and there's two reasons. One is I just don't think it's a very well-made movie. I don't think there's a lot of there's not a very strong narrative about what drives this. And in many ways, you could tell that the film was produced by the band, and that the band was very anxious that no one looked bad. Every character in the story was pretty much a good person.
Yeah.
And with Bohemian Rhapsody, the only villain in the story was a weak villain, but more importantly, as a gay person, it was a lame villain.
So do you think it has anything to do with last year Oscars so white thing?
No. Maybe it's they were nominated maybe because of the African American themes, but they weren't made because of the African American theme. These are all films that were in development and being were written a long time ago, and most feature films take 5 to 7 years to get made. So I don't think it's a response to that. To me, this is a fascinating year because you have genre movies like Black Panther and little art house movies like Roma. You have fictional movies like Black Panther and true stories like Green Book. You have small little low budget movies like Green Book, and you have huge giant, major studio releases. It's great to see great diversity. I still just don't feel like it's the strongest year.
Oh, what about the directors? Do you think the director of Roma is going to win?
He is very much beloved. I think he's been nominated and won a few times now. So he's pretty popular.
Spike Lee?
Spike Lee could win. I didn't see Cold War. Yorgos is probably too provocative, and his film is just inconsistent, even though I love it. So probably between Spike Lee and Alfonso Cuarón. In fact, there's a lot of complaint. There's not women nominated in this category.
Yeah.
But if you also look at the diversity, Yorgos is not an American, Alfonso is Mexican, Spike Lee is African American, Powell, whatever his name from Cold War, is Polish. They may be all men, but they are not all white men, and I think that that's something to celebrate, even though there should be women recognized here as well.
Which one's your favorite?
Olivia Colman. Her ability to be crazy, fascinating, unattractive, which is not typically what leading actresses are usually required to do. It's just a performance that was fearless that I don't feel like I've ever seen before, and that always excites me.
What about Glenn Close?
I thought she was really good in the role. I thought she was the best part of the movie. It's not a great movie, and it's a bit of a thin story, and there's a reason why it's not been nominated in any other category. Christian Bale and Rami Malek. The Academy loves to give awards to actors who put on a lot of weight and disappear in their character, and Christian Bale is brilliant. But everyone also loves Rami Malek, who's also playing a real-life character. So I think it's probably between the two of them. I would give it to Christian Bale. So I love both of the actresses in The Favorite.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Since they're both nominated in the category, they probably split the vote. And that means neither one is probably going to win. I did not enjoy If Beale Street Could Talk, even though I think the director's last movie, Moonlight, is one of the most brilliant movies of the last 10 years. But I love Regina King. I love everything that she does. I love her TV roles. I love all the little bit parts that she made.
So it feels like Roma's gonna get all the technical awards and not for the performance part.
I think so. So Mahershala has won every award. And so it looks like he's going to win the award. I'm not convinced that any of them are great roles that deserve an award, so it's probably going to be Mahershala.
Foreign language film, Roma, definitely.
It's interesting. Roma probably, because it's definitely got all the weight of the studio and everyone loves it, or everyone respects it. Capernaum is, to me, the best movie of the year in any category.
Really?
of any language. It's been a long time since I've been so deeply moved by a film, and it was also it felt like I had never seen that type of storytelling before, and the performances were so breathtaking, literally breathtaking. I forgot to breathe at moments in the movie because I had never witnessed such incredible performance. It's my favorite movie of the year.
What do you think of Shoplifter?
There's an interesting continuity between Shoplifters and Roma and Capernaum, which is they come from an underclass or a marginalized class or the blue-collar side of the world. And there's something always really, to me, I love films that can take me into a world from that point of view, almost like an outsider looking in. So I like Shoplifters a lot. It isn't as visually surprising as Roma or Capernaum.
Best Picture.
The favorite.
Lead actress.
Olivia Colman is my choice, not who you're asking me who I think will win or who I want to win?
Who you think will win?
Glenn Close.
Lead actor.
Rami Malek.
Director.
Spike Lee.
Supporting actors?
I don't know. I would go with Emma Stone, but I think it may be Rachel Weisz. Supporting actor, Mahershala. Foreign language, probably Roma. Animated feature, Spider-Man.
Yeah. That's it for today. See you guys. 首先我要说，作为一个超级皮粉，我连本科的毕业论文写的都是皮克斯，我真的非常希望他能够拿这个奖。但是今年的蜘蛛侠实在是太猛了，之前的金球奖和 BAFTA 都是蜘蛛侠拿了这个奖。今年的提名里面，我还特别喜欢《犬之岛》。如果《犬之岛》拿了今年的最佳动画长片的话，那可以说是打破了这个奥斯卡的历史了。因为奥斯卡好像从来没有给定格动画颁过最佳动画长片。但是今年不管这5部哪一部拿奖，我都超级开心，超级满意。我上一次这么开心看到这么强的阵容的时候，已经是09年了。
妈，已经走10年了。
09年的时候有《飞屋环游记》、凯尔金的秘密、了不起的狐狸爸爸和鬼妈妈，但是那一年提名当中还有我不记得，反正是还有那么1-2部我不那么喜欢的，但是今年这5部我真的是每一部都好喜欢。今年的这个动画阵容真的太多元了，让我很开心。皮克斯和迪士尼还有索尼，也就是说它是电脑动画、停格动画、日本动画，样样都全了，其实就差一个中国动画。但是今年有一位华裔导演，皮克斯的导演，他入围了最佳短片，也就是那个《包宝宝》，我强烈推荐大家都去看一下，是非常可爱、非常温馨制作的非常好的一个短片，只有7分钟，不耽误你的时间，去看吧。我没有什么要说的了，今天视频就是这样，下期见。